Hello students, in this video we are going to talk about production and we will study a very important law of production, which is the law of variable proportion. But before starting with the law, let's get familiar with certain terms which are related to production. What is production? Production is a process in which inputs are transformed into outputs. So, there are two types of inputs or factors of production which are used in the production process, and these are fixed factors and variable factors. What are fixed factors of production? These are those factors of production which cannot be changed in the short run. For example, a factory building or a machine, and they remain fixed in the short run irrespective of the level of output produced. On the other hand, we have variable factors of production like labor, which can be changed during the short period of time, and the value of output varies directly with change in these factors of production. Now, since we have already defined what is production, now let's define the production function. Production function refers to the mathematical relationship between physical inputs and the physical output produced with the help of given inputs. For example, there are two factor inputs like labor and capital, then the production function will be written as Q, which is output, is function of labor and capital. Even production function is of two types, short-run production function and long-run production function. Short-run production function shows the behavior of output when only one factor input is varied and rest are held constant. As I have just told you, in short run we have both fixed and the variable factors. Whereas a long-run production function shows the behavior of output when all the factor inputs are varied. For example, even a factory building can be doubled during a long period of time. Thus, in long run, there is no fixed factor and all factors of production are variable factors. Now, another important terms related to production: total product, marginal product, and average product. Total product is total output produced by all units of a variable factor. For example, if there are 4 laborers and they are producing 20 cars in a day, then the total output of 4 laborers is 20 cars, which is the total product. Marginal product. It is defined as change in output when one more unit of variable input is used. For example, if 2 laborers were producing 60 shoes and 3 laborers were in all producing 80 shoes, then the marginal product of third labor is going to be 20, which is actually the production done by the third labor. Average product. It is defined as the output produced by one unit of a variable input. For example, if 2 laborers are producing 60 shoes, then average product will be 30. That is output produced by one labor. Now, since we are familiar with marginal product, total product, and average product, now let's come to the law of variable production, which is one of the most important law in the topic production. Law of variable production basically studies the change in output when only one factor input is changed, keeping all other inputs constant. One important assumption is this, that this law operates only in the short run, wherein only one input is changed and rest all other inputs are kept constant. Before understanding the law in detail, let's take a quick example. For example, if there is a boutique in which only one tailor is working, then 2 more tailors are added to that same boutique. What will happen to the production level? The production level will increase because of better division of labor and the optimum use of the fixed factor, which is the boutique. However, if in that same boutique which is there in a room, so many tailors are added and they are made to work there, what will happen to the total product? The total product will decrease as there will be the problem of coordination and there will be a burden on the fixed factor which is the boutique premises. Now, keeping this example in mind, we are going to analyze the law of variable proportion, which is also known as return to factors. This law studies changes in the output when one input is changed, keeping other inputs constant, and there are three stages in the law of variable proportion: increasing return to factor, diminishing return to factors, and negative return to factors. Now, as I just told you that this law is divided into three stages. In stage 1, as more and more units of variable factors are added, marginal product increases. That is, each additional unit of variable input produces more output. Thus, there is an increase in the total product and it increases at an increasing rate. However, after a point of time, marginal product starts falling. This is stage 2 of law of variable production. Even marginal product falls, but since it remains positive, the total product keeps on increasing, but it does increase at the decreasing rate. Once there is more burden on the fixed factor and the problem of coordination arises with addition of more units of a variable input, marginal product becomes 0. This is the point where stage 2 ends and here total product is maximum. Any further addition of the variable factor then makes the marginal product negative and total product keeps on decreasing. Thus, there are three stages in the law of variable proportion. Stage 1, wherein TP, total product, increases at an increasing rate and marginal product also increases. In stage 2, total product increases but at a decreasing rate because marginal product falls but it remains positive. This stage ends when MP is 0 and TP is maximum. Stage 3 starts when MP becomes negative and TP starts falling. These three stages can be seen in the diagram which is given on the screen. And as I told you that this is an important law but with the assumption that there is only one variable factor. I hope the law is clear to you and will help you to analyze the chapter production in a better manner. Thank you and have a nice day.